This afternoon from Milwaukee Way in Fenway, the Red Sox take on the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 2 of the 3-game series. Sox coming off a close win last night, but suddenly with a very different looking roster. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway. Great to have you along. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner is the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Garen Austin will be along in just a moment. And Eck, with all of these injuries suddenly piling up on the Red Sox, it has a very different look and feel all of a sudden in that clubhouse.
I'll tell you what, good timing, though, with some of these acquisitions. You know, with Kimbrel going down, no one knew last night that he didn't, because he didn't pitch, what had happened earlier in the day. And then they go out and get Ziegler right away. What timing for that? I don't know if there's a little luck there or not. But you see Michael Martinez being acquired from Cleveland, and we saw what Aaron Hill did last night. 2 big RBIs, one that put the Red Sox ahead. So everything's worked out well. You never know when guys are going to go down, and we know we're going to need reinforcements, but it's not July 31st yet.
Right, heading into the All-Star break, so if you're going to have a time to have a lot of injuries, do it just as the All-Star break is approaching. Rick Porcello is perfectly healthy. He's ready to go, bidding for his 11th win of the season. He has not lost at Fenway all season. He's on the bump against the Rays when we come back. Toyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. The 2017 Kia Sportage. Visit anykiadealers.com to learn more. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Subaru Retailers of New England. And by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Red Sox and the Rays in the middle game of the series after the Sox won 6-5 last night, with Koji closing that one out. Kimbrel now on the disabled list. He's had some company here in recent days for the Boston Red Sox, who've had a lot of roster changes, and some of them paid off last night. Certainly Aaron Hill with a couple of big hits and 2 RBIs getting into the lineup as Rick Porcello brings out the Red Sox here for a Saturday afternoon affair. And time now for the Rays lineup. It's brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Logan Forsythe will lead things off at second. Brad Miller is at shortstop. Evan Longoria had 4 hits last night, is at third. Logan Morrison at first. Steven Souza in center field. Corey Dickerson their DH. Nick Franklin, like it's personal against the Red Sox for him the way he hits. He's in left. Arcia in right, and Casali is the catcher batting ninth against Rick Porcello, the Red Sox starting pitcher. Presented by your New England Audi dealers. He is 10-2 with a .382 ERA, and he is really pitching very effectively for the Red Sox in this rotation.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox are 10th in the league, 48 errors in 85 games. Around the infield, newly acquired Aaron Hill at third, Bogey at short, Petey at second, and Travis Shaw at first today. The outfield, Prince in left field, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts and right. Behind the plate, Sandy Leone catching Rick Porcello.
Here are the umpires, brought to you by ToyotaCertified.com. Corey Blazer has the balls and strikes. Jeff Nelson's the crew chief at first. Greg Gibson and Nick Lentz at second and third. And where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory-backed Toyota Certified used vehicle right now. And we have overcast skies at Fenway. Here's a look at your weather for the day. Rain on the way tomorrow. In fact, later on tonight. But right now, it's a cool 64 degrees. It's in from the right at 12 miles per hour. Maybe some showers by early this evening. Tomorrow could be very much up in the air. Forecast calling for rain throughout the day, but we shall see. All depends on which forecast you favor. So Porcello to go after Forsythe, Miller, and Longoria. Porcello has not lost at Fenway this season. He is 7-0 in 8 starts here in Boston. Already one final that affects the Red Sox today. Toronto has finally lost. So that's the end of this 7-game winning streak. In for strike one, and we're underway.
Porcello a little shaky last time out against Texas, giving up the 4 runs in the first inning, but shut him down the next 5 innings, got the W.
0-1 pitch right through there for a strike against Forsythe, who homered here last night. A long home run, totally out of Fenway. His 8th. He's hitting .289. See what he's done against the Red Sox this season. He has been a pain in the neck along with Franklin. 1-2. Porcello's career high for wins in a season is 15. He can have 11 at the All-Star break this year if he gets the W today. And a 1-2. All even now on Forsythe.
Been that kind of year for Porcello. Really a good year. The 10 wins means a lot, but he's just gotten out of trouble when he's had to a lot this year. It's not like he's going to go out there and shut people down. Just pitches good enough to win.
The 2-2 and a breaking ball up and in. So he's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Of course, he doesn't walk many. Miller up next. And the payoff pitch from the righty. He popped him up. Dustin Pedroia along with Travis Shaw, who's at first base today, and Travis will make the play. Hanley Ramirez out of the lineup, at least as a starter, after that nasty foul ball off the shin in yesterday's game. So he has a contusion, but so does Travis Shaw, who's fouled a couple off his foot and leg in recent games.
And this shot off Hanley took him forever. He went out, went down, he got up. I mean, he just had to keep moving. Took him the longest time to get back in the box. Didn't have the shin guard there. He went after that and put the shin guard on, that one that's on his top of his foot right now.
I was impressed he stayed in the game. He finished that at bat. In there for a strike on Miller. Hitting .245 with 13 homers, 31 runs batted in. You have to be careful with his power. And he does have 2 home runs against Rick Porcello in his career. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Porcello so much better against left-handed hitters this year. Over the course of his career, left-handers hit close to 300. This year, 230.
The 1-1 and a high fly lifted into left field. That one driven high and deep, and it is gone. Number 14 for Miller as he goes to the opposite field. The 3rd home run in 9 career at bats against Porcello, and that makes it 1-0 Tampa Bay.
What is it with this guy? The way he swings the bat, it never seems like the ball's going to leave the ballpark. I mean, is the wind blowing out or what? This ball went out easy. You see a little 2-seamer he leaves over the middle of the plate. Ball breaking away from him, but I guess he gets extension on it. And this ball's out of the ballpark easy. I mean, he hit a ball in Tampa to dead center field that I thought he didn't really make a big swing at, but ball jumps off his bat.
Swinging a high fly ball by Longoria. Backing up Brent's feeling for the wall, but he has room and he'll make the play. Longoria, who torched one last night off Koji to really tighten up that ball game in the 9th inning. 2 out.
Yeah, he came in against Koji, what, 2 for 22 or something like that. He was due, and he got him. Luckily, it didn't cost him the game. Had 2 runs to work with.
So that'll send up the number 4 man, Logan Morrison, just a .236 hitter, but with 10 home runs. 1-0 Tampa Bay here in the first. Red Sox starting play today, 2 games behind Baltimore and 1 game behind Toronto, but that is now a half because Toronto has lost a base hit here from Morrison going after the very first pitch. He knocks it into right field.
Boy, he split that defense. That's hard to do. There's not much to get it through, but you got to hit it hard to get it through. Once again, a fastball, not really hard, middle of the plate. He gets a good swing on this ball. Those infielders get afraid to dive. Only one of them could dive at a time.
Second hit in the inning here for Tampa Bay will send up Steven Souza, their center fielder, at .255, 10 homers, 27 runs batted in. Just came off the disabled list about a week ago. So they're playing him in center field. He's a good outfielder. He's not the Gold Glover that Kevin Kiermaier is. Kiermaier is out with a fractured left hand, although he's closing in on a rehab assignment, and that is swatted at and missed for strike 1.
That's a real good curveball. He usually saves his curveballs for left-handed hitters, throws cutters and other things, but that's a good pitch right there.
Porcello allowing a run, an earned run here in the first. He's allowed 11 first inning earned runs. That's the most of any inning for him. And has been a real issue for the Red Sox pitching staff. Those first inning scores against them. Morrison aboard with a short lead at first base, 2 down, and the 0-2. Popped up along the right field line. Mookie Betts giving chase, but that's going to drop foul.
Yeah, Souza, he's got some power. Last year he ran into some balls, but this year, you know, he's struck out a lot. I mean, he's on a pace where he's striking out like 40% of the time, which is not good.
Pretty good numbers against Porcello, though. 6 for 15. That's 400. Right-hander trying to put him away here with a man on. 1-2. Baltimore and the Angels are underway after the Orioles lost last night. They're 0-0 in the first. And a 1-2 pitch to the number 5 hitter. On the corner, and maybe a little extra for strike 3. 1-0. Tampa Bay has the lead after a half inning at Fenway. By Toyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. It'll start with Mookie Betts, Dustin Pedroia, and Xander Bogaerts. David Ortiz, who homered last night, Jackie Bradley, and Aaron Hill, who's back at third. Travis Shaw at first, Bryce Brenson left, and Sandy Leon does the catching and batting ninth. Mookie will step in hitting right at 300 as he looks at a strike. Rays starting pitcher brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. The left-hander Matt Moore, 5-5, a 454 earned run average.
He's finally starting to come around a couple of years after that Tommy John surgery. Threw a good game against the Red Sox, went 7, didn't give him anything.
Allowed just 3 hits, 7 scoreless innings. That was down in the Trop. And then he came back and beat the Angels on July 4th, and he has now gone at least 6 innings in 6 consecutive starts.
I mean, he was an elite pitcher after the year he had where he won 17 games, lost 4, made the All-Star team.
And then, as you mentioned, Tommy John surgery that derailed him for a while. The 2-1 toward the hole and threw for a base hit past the diving Morrison. We've seen this over and over here in the weeks leading up to the All-Star break. Mookie leading off games with a solid base hit.
Yeah, getting his base hits, Mookie, I'll tell you what. The Rays defense is brought to you by DraftKings. They're 12th in the league, 54 errors in 86 games around the infield left to right. Longoria, Miller, Forsythe, and Morrison at first. Around the outfield left to right, Franklin in left, Souza Jr. in center, Arcia in right. Behind the plate, Casilla catching Moore.
And Betts aboard with a 10-game hitting streak. Red Sox stole a season-high 4 bases last night. Mookie Betts had 1 as well. Here's Pedroia hitting .304 with 8 home runs. He was 1 for 4 last night in the Red Sox win. Different catcher today. Casale's back there. He has a much stronger arm than Hank Conger, last night's catcher.
They were off to the races last night. You know, 4 stolen bases. Hanley even got 1.
Yeah, that's a season high for the Sox. Tampa Bay in the lead on a home run, 1-0 in the first.
They've really had trouble getting an everyday catcher. I know Hannigan was down there last year. Casale swung the bat good, I know, against David Price. We know that. He's hit 3 home runs off of him.
Yes. Betts getting a lead, not running. In for a called strike on Pedroia. Moore is not among his favorites. He is 4 for 20 against Matt Moore, although he does have a home run. Pedroia's had a solid homestand. 10 out of 33 on it. The 1-1 and floated toward right center field, very shallow. Racing in, Arcia still coming, and he makes the play. I think that wind is going to play some tricks today.
And Arcia is not the best right fielder, as we saw in Tampa. He boxed the ball that thought it hit the ring up there. Remember the ball that went for a double?
Yes.
I think Ortiz hit it.
Yep, down the right field line. Talk about funky.
Yeah,
Tropicana Field.
You look how deep he's playing.
1 away for Xander Bogaerts, the All-Star at .331, 9 homers. He's driven in 53. He was 1 for 4 in Game 1 last night. And Mookie Betts getting his lead at first base. Ortiz to follow. First pitch in there for a called strike. He's starting to get his velocity back. He's 94, 95 occasionally now.
That's all. Looks good. Good curveball, changeup. He used to be more of a 2-pitch pitcher when he had that good gas.
1 strike pitch and well outside on Xander, who's 5 for 10 against him lifetime. Bogaerts has reached base in 19 consecutive games. As Ortiz waits his turn, he blasted a long home run last night. Diving back in, Mookie Betts.
Boy, that is a nice move right there. If you can do it as a left-hander, every time they do it, I feel like you're going to rip your arm off. Check this move. He put some velocity behind this thing. If you've ever had arm trouble, anytime somebody does that, it's like, ow.
And he's had Tommy John surgery. The 1-1 toward the shortstop to second, one on to first, and a double play, and that'll do it for the Red Sox. 1-0 Tampa Bay after 1. Honoring the 1986 Red Sox in their 86th game in '86. The Red Sox would beat the Angels 3-2 at Fenway. Roger Clemens earned his 15th win with a complete game 5 hitter. Bill Buckner was 3 for 3 with a double and a home run. Here it's Tampa Bay in the lead, 1-0 on a Brad Miller home run into the monster seats. 2 batters into the game. Corey Dickerson will lead things off against Rick Porcello, and he flies that one to left field. Brents is backing up, turning. It's going to be off the monster, and it bounds right past him. And Dickerson trots to second and stops there.
And there's got to be a gust of wind that is, flying out to left field. I didn't think he hit this ball very good at all. It's got to be. It's sort of like a gust. He didn't hit this ball. He kind of flipped it the other way. Brents has a tough time with it. Stops, trying to play it off the wall. Takes a bad hop on him, gets by him, but that's a double either way.
Porcello got the 3rd out when he struck out Souza in the 1st inning. He was walking off the mound. He turned around and looked back at the monster as if he were looking confused about the wind and how much it actually was blowing. One of the flags we just showed you looks like it's blowing straight in.
But where that ball Miller hit was easy. It went way over.
Nick Franklin, the batter, hitting .317 with a home run. But he's been all sorts of trouble against the Red Sox. 2 for 4 last night. He stole 2 bases. And in 4 games against Boston, he has 7 RBIs. Garcia up after him. A man quickly into scoring position here for Tampa Bay. Fought off foul.
This guy was supposed to be the second baseman of the future for the Mariners, and that did not work out. Obviously they have Cano now with a 10-year deal, but he just fell off the map. He was kind of a throw-in on that deal for Smiley.
Right. The 0-2 pitch from Porcello, and swung on and missed. Actually foul tip to the mitt and held by Leon for the K. 1 man away.
Fastest ball that Porcello has thrown today. 93 miles an hour. That's a cross seamer down and in. It's usually a happy land there for left-handed hitters, not his.
That'll send up Oswaldo Arcia, who they acquired from the Minnesota Twins not long ago, left-hand hitter, who was a switch hitter at one time, but he stopped batting right-handed about 7 years ago. In there for a called strike.
Can't catch up to that fastball that he'll chase upstairs. I'm sure that Porcello will go there. Might go there right now after that hook.
Arcia was hot when the Sox were at Tropicana Field, but he's gone hitless his last 5 games. Quickly 0-2.
Boy, he swung and missed. I bet you if he swung and missed one, he swung and missed 10 times down there in Tampa. That high fastball.
It's like a lot of the Rays. At least you can say this: they are not afraid to swing the bat. They will grip and rip. 0-2. High fly ball into right center field, heading for that triangle. Jackie Bradley back there. Now coming in a bit. He'll make the play. Dickerson will advance to third to throw up the line a bit. And so now they're at 2 down.
And that ball looked like it got knocked down. He hit it so high. Jackie makes it easy out there. The can of corn, and he gets ready and gets in position to throw. I think this is a needless throw, to be honest with you. You don't want to throw something out of the ballpark. He's going to get third easy, but it can't help but show off that arm when you got one.
Kurt Casale, the catcher, next. Hitting 169, but with 6 home runs. But just 108 in his last 14 games. Tampa Bay in the lead, 1-0 in a Brad Miller home run. In the top of the first, now they have a runner at third base in Dickerson. And that's a strike. I'll tell you what, the outside corner is there if you want it.
Yes, it is. You might as well use it. Here's a cutter that catches the corner. And I don't know if it gets the corner or not, but I've got to have it. It didn't, but I need it anyway.
The 0-1. Roll foul. If you're going to be a really good pitcher, you got to be a little greedy, don't you?
Hey, listen, when you know you got that corner, you go and get it. I mean, that's the way it is, you know. There's not that many umpires that do it anymore, but that's how they used to be. It's more up and down now than it is in and out. I love in and out.
Well, there's a little extra on this one today.
Yes.
We saw that as
so
Porcello.
Go get it right now.
He got Souza on one. Line foul.
You know, if they change, remember they talked about changing the strike zone, right? Making it higher and then doing away with the hollow of the knee or something like that. That's trouble. That's trouble for pitchers. It really is.
That's the discussion about a change in the strike zone perhaps for next season. The 0-2 coming. He left it high. This Tampa Bay club has lost 20 of their last 23 games.
Hard to do.
Dickerson leading off third, and the 1-2. Can't get him to go after that. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, if you started the season 3-20, everybody would know you stunk right from the get-go and would hang with you the rest of the year. But if you slip it in the middle of the season, they don't realize.
It's still bad, but you're right. If you get
right?
off to a decent start, and then that happens like in the middle of July.
Right.
2-2. Bounced up there, stopped by Leon, no advance by the runner at third. Dickerson back to the base. Rick Porcello in 2 starts against Tampa Bay is 2-0 this year with a 2.77 ERA, and he is 7-4 lifetime against them.
And he's not afraid to party. I'll tell you what, that's why he doesn't walk guys. I mean, you've got to go after people sometimes, like right now. Don't get cute with a hook. Throw a fastball.
The 3-2 coming. Cut on and missed, and down he goes, strike 3.
Meanwhile, it's a cutter.
2 strikeouts in the inning. They strand a runner at third. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Dennis Eckersley and Dave O'Brien with you from Fenway, where it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Middle game of the series. Big Poppy in the box. Ortiz, Bradley, and Hill against Matt Moore. Ortiz, good numbers against this lefty. 8 for 23, 3 home runs.
Number 499 and 500.
At Tropicana last year.
I mean, I'd be okay with giving up the 500, but not both of them in the same game.
That hangs up actually to short center. Coming on, Souza still racing in to make the play. David hitting that one off the end of the bat. One man gone in the second. In front of Jackie Bradley. Injuries certainly have bitten the Red Sox right before this All-Star break coming up. Travis Shaw and Hanley Ramirez with foul ball contusions. Brock Holt spraining an ankle last night. Of course, by now you know about the All-Star closer Craig Kimbrell, DL'd and about to have surgery because of a meniscus tear in the knee. Junichi Tazawa hasn't pitched since last Sunday with a shoulder issue. And that was one of the reasons last night I got to believe John Farrell was hanging in there with O'Sullivan as long as he did. He had a short bullpen. He did not have Tazawa available. He knew he didn't have Kimbrell available. We didn't know that. And nobody really knew publicly until the game was over, as he had continued to be examined after the pregame injury, that Kimbrell had that meniscus tear.
But it seemed kind of frightening in that whole inning because it was like, uh-oh. You know, you can't let your 5th starter go out there and give up, what, 6? Almost a grand slam would have been made at 8. That's what was frightening.
Ground ball toward the middle, and that'll get through for a base hit for Jackie Bradley. They had the shift on, and Jackie singles to get the offense going here in the second.
Jackie gets a fastball over the middle of the plate, ground ball. You see, Brad Miller, their shortstop, doesn't have much range for a shortstop, even though that ball might have gone in anyway. Would have been a tough play, but not very impressive early on watching Miller play shortstop.
Made a lot of errors too. 6-game hitting streak for Jackie. Aaron Hill had a nice Red Sox debut last night. He went 2 for 4. He drove in 2 runs. And the first one from Moore is sliced foul. Hill came to the Sox in that Thursday trade from Milwaukee. The Lowe's home field advantage. His career at Fenway, he's swung the bat well, a .312 average with 7 home runs. Adding to that batting average last night here.
All good numbers.
One out, one on. Red Sox trail 1-0. Popped him up. Miller doesn't have to move very much. The shortstop will put it away. And there are 2 gone for Travis Shaw back in the lineup. Bring your company to a Red Sox game this year and enjoy one of Fenway's special pregame spaces, accommodating as many as 200 guests. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/groups. Shaw batting .274. He's homered 9 times. He's driven in 48. Travis Shaw, like Hanley Ramirez, has kind of been beating himself up with those foul balls, those nasty fouls off the foot and the shin.
Usually likes to go after that first pitch. He had a good pitch to hit there.
Fouled one off the foot a couple of days ago. The X-rays were negative. But very painful nonetheless. He was really hobbled. The Red Sox against Moore at Tropicana Field did not get a hit till Christian Vasquez singled to begin the 6th inning. A couple of hits so far today. He waves and misses. 0-2. Good changeup.
Not in a very good spot, but had him way out front.
Bryce Brentz would hit next if given the opportunity. Tampa Bay ahead 1-0. And the left-hander Moore with the 0-2. Into left center on his horse Souza, trying to track it down, and he'll make the play. And up against the monster. One man left, still 1-0, the Rays. Back for the third inning, and ball one here on Logan Forsythe, the leadoff man for Tampa Bay. 1-0. The Rays have the lead on the Sox. Forsythe 0 for 1. He's popped up to the first baseman. And then Brad Miller to follow. He's already hit a home run today. His 14th. The 2-0. Ricochet foul. Off the umpire, Corey Blazer.
Ball sinking back. Takes it on the mask. Not a solid hit.
That's easy for you to say, Eck.
Seen it worse.
2-1 on the corner.
Love that corner.
2-2. Again, Porcello has not lost at Fenway. 7-0 in 8 starts. One of 3 pitchers who have yet to lose in their first 8 starts around the majors. The others are Chris Tillman and Steven Strasburg. So he's in some pretty good company there. Coming off a 12-5 win over Texas, he was very well supported. Even though he scattered 12 hits, he got the win. Breaking ball popped him up. Shaw moving into foul territory and makes the grab for the out. Well, the Kimbrel story is a very interesting one with the injury to that knee. Let's go down for more to Garen.
Thanks, OB. Craig Kimbrel spoke to a few reporters before the game, and he said this whole thing is very frustrating. He said he was shagging balls in the outfield, took a step forward, and heard something pop. He said he wasn't thinking too much about it until he got the MRI and saw the results. Kimbrel said that he thinks it's best to get the surgery and take care of it now instead of trying to play through it and have it affect something else. And guys, Kimbrel said the timetable is 3 to 6 weeks, and he's really hoping it's closer to 3.
All right, Garen, thank you very much. He also said something interesting about his all-star selection, didn't he? As Miller checks, did he offer? He did not. And it is ball one. He said he was a little surprised that he was chosen for the all-star.
Yeah, I heard that before he hurt his knee.
Yes. The 1-0.
It goes to show you the expectations that he has of his, of his own performance. That he probably didn't. He wants to get them all. He doesn't want to ever have a bad appearance, but he's given up a couple of home runs. That's unlike him.
Well, Blazer just got drilled again and may need some attention. A Red Sox trainer will be out to take a look. So the second time in a matter of seconds, in a matter of a few pitches, he's been hit in the face mask.
I didn't want to make light of it that first time. That the second time must have got him good.
Now you feel really bad.
I do. I feel bad.
You feel horrible. Just horrible. You hope he's all right here.
He's right in line for it too. Boom. You know, it jolts the whole mask.
Well, I'm sure they're going through the concussion questions with him. One of the younger umpires, and an even younger umpire in terms of experience, Nick Lentz, who worked the plate. He's at third base. He really did, I thought, a tremendous job last night.
I did too. But then again, I thought Joe West did a good job the other night too. And I heard it from somebody for saying that.
I'll bet you did.
Yeah.
I'll bet you did. Well, let's face it. If you think a guy did a good job back there, it carries a lot more weight than the rest of us.
Because most of the time, I never think they do a good job, but better than I ever thought until I got up here.
Corey Blazer appears to be all right. Here comes the 1-1. Popped him up sky high around the mound. Here comes Hill in. Hill, and he'll make the play with Porcello getting out of the way, and that's out number 2. Don't miss Dining Playbook every Saturday morning at 9 on NESN. Billy and Jenny take you on a journey at the intersection of where sports and dining meet. Dining Playbook at NESN, driven by your New England Chevy dealers. 2 up, 2 down for Longoria. He was 0 for 1 with a fly to left. So he had a big night last night. 4 for 5 with a home run off of Koji, and made it a 1-run game. The 1-0, a breaking ball strike. Feels like Porcello is throwing a few more curveballs early on than normal. 2-1.
It's almost like he just shows you the fastball.
That is this season breakdown on the fastball, the breaking ball, and the change.
Got a good changeup. Only throws it to left-handed hitters. You don't see it that often to right-handed hitters.
Flied in a left center field. Easy play for Jackie Bradley into the alley, and it's a 1-2-3 for Porcello. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets with the best seats at the lowest prices, all with a 200% guarantee. Treat yourself or someone special by visiting aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. That's the 2013 Red Sox World Championship Trophy down the left field line in the Coca-Cola section. Red Sox will bring the championship trophies out every once in a while. Fans to take photos with. Something I never got a chance to do my entire youth. Not angry about it. Red Sox have won 3 championships in recent years, so all is well. Thank goodness. Bryce Brent's .375 with a homer and 7 runs batted in. He came off the bench last night when Brock Holt sprained that ankle and he had a couple of hits.
We've seen a couple of swings from him. That big swing like we saw right there, like he's trying to leave earth and hit it out of here, but he can shorten it up a little bit. Like we've seen a couple big hits, ground ball base hits.
3-1.
There they go again.
They're inseparable.
Right.
Mookie getting a lot of knowledge from Torrey Lovello. It may also work the other way around. Got jammed there. One hopper to third. Longoria with a spin and will retire Bryce Brent. One man gone. DraftKings is the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of the Red Sox. Experience the thrill of playing on DraftKings now. Play free daily using the promo code NESSON at DraftKings.com. One out Sandy Leon to approach the plate at .438 with a homer and 9 runs batted in. Red Sox 2 games behind the Orioles coming into today. Toronto lost to Detroit 3-2. And Rogers Center, as that one misses for ball 1. So technically the Red Sox are at the moment a half game behind Toronto. 3 teams separated by 2 games. Popped him up. Easy play in the infield for Miller. 2 down. Tune in Wednesday night at 9 for a special look back at the 2016 Red Sox Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This year's class, including Jason Varitek, Tim Wakefield, and Larry Lucchino, relive their memorable Red Sox careers on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. A couple easy outs, and that'll send up Mookie Betts, who singled to start the day for the Red Sox, but nothing came of that. He was doubled up. Mookie's hit safely in 10 in a row.
They play that first baseman Morrison way off the bag. He found a base hit through him last time that way.
Moore with a 1-0.
Mookie talking about turning down that home run hitting contest. It says, I don't want it to mess me up.
I think it's a wise choice.
I do too.
Pop to right. Garcia was deep, charging in, slides, and he makes the play. And that'll do it for the Red Sox. They go pretty quietly. 1-2-3, 1-0 Tampa Bay. Question: which event are you most looking forward to during the All-Star break? Text 1 for the game, text 2 for home run derby, and text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. One message per vote. I don't know about you, Eck, but I find myself watching just bits and pieces of the All-Star game itself. You know, if you're a Sox fan, you want to see how the Red Sox are doing, and you'll hang to watch that. But I tend to watch a lot more home run derby.
I know, and they made it better this time, didn't they? They changed the rules
with
a
the
little
format,
bit.
Definitely.
Because it got really old there, where I didn't get it. What did they change that made it better? Do you remember?
They made it a lot more exciting. They put a clock on it.
Okay,
right?
that's what it was. They put the clock.
And Frazier, kind of beat the buzzer last year when he won in Cincinnati. Tagged to center field, but not deep. Coming on, Jackie Bradley sauntering in to put it away, and Logan Morrison is retired. But home run derby can be a lot of fun to watch.
But I thought they use golf balls when they do it, right? I mean, it's ridiculous, the balls where they land.
You remember Hamilton a few years ago at Yankee Stadium? I mean, those
I
look
remember
like golf
in
balls.
Detroit, Abreu, who's not really a home run hitter. Remember Abreu? And he just left one after another way up there in Detroit where nobody hits him.
The game itself, you kind of watch your team guys. You watch your players who are selected. But once they leave the game, I know I leave the game after that.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the same as it once was. They talked about guys coming in, playing a couple innings, and then getting on their plane and taking off. I mean, that does not happen anymore. But if you're a Red Sox fan, it's something you want to watch, because there's not that many times where you're going to have 4 guys in the lineup. And then Chicago's got the whole infield in the National League, which is unheard of.
0-1 pitch. Hit gently on the ground to Bogarts. He retired. No, he does not. It's knocked down by Shaw, but Souza's going to be safe on a low throw by Xander Bogarts, who will be charged with an error.
Well, this happens every once in a while. You hope they pick it. That wasn't that tough a pick. It just didn't stick into the glove. Seen a lot tougher picks when the ball's way out in front, but it wasn't. Little short hop, easy pick, doesn't come up with it.
So the error charged to Xander Bogarts, and a base runner for Tampa Bay with 1 away, and Dickerson will climb in. He doubled in second. He started hitting .229, but with 13 homers.
This is a guy that's done damage in the National League. For them to get rid of Jake McGee, to get this guy, they were hoping he would instantly be a run producer for them.
He's their DH. Nothing in 1.
And that's pretty much what he does. He leaves earth. Last night he got a base hit off of, I think it was it Lane that he got a base? No, off Robbie Ross, which I was shocked. He hit the ball the other way.
It was a high fastball.
Yeah.
Porcello's been very good in the daytime. In 7-day starts, he is 4-0. Trying to keep Souza close. Game 3 of the series, the last game before the All-Star break. Tomorrow afternoon at 1:35, David Price against Jake Odorizzi. And then no baseball until the Red Sox open up the second half at Yankee Stadium on July 15th. Mr. Price trying to right his ship, going in 8-6 with a .464 earned run average.
And Tampa has worn him out since he left Tampa. He owes them big time.
Price said about himself, I had nothing in the last start. He hated his changeup. He hated his breaking ball in that last start against Tampa Bay.
It wasn't that bad.
Well, he thought it was just awful. Closer look. This closer look brought to you by FWweb. Selection, expertise, solutions, and more at FWweb.com. So there it is tomorrow. And then Major League Baseball takes a break. The 0-2. Throw back to first base, but not in time as Souza dives in.
I'll tell you where his stuff was bad is the first time he faced Tampa here on a day game. Red Sox gave him a 4-5-0 lead, and he blew that one. That's when he That was one of his worst starts of the season. Had his buddy taking him deep. Longoria juiced him. Casale got him. You give up a 5-run lead. That never happens to the best pitchers in the game.
Fouled away. Frankly, it really shouldn't against an offense like Tampa Bay's when you're at home here at Fenway Park. And he just hasn't really felt like he's been in a good groove at any point. Although he did have 3 consecutive starts where he pitched 8 innings.
Yeah.
And pitched very well against Bumgarner in San Francisco.
Didn't pitch that bad last time out against Texas. 2 runs in the first inning and ended up giving 3 in 8 innings. Not a bad start.
Double-digit strikeouts, but he did take the loss. Lofted into left. There's Brents with a backhanded stab, and there are 2 down. As Souza retreats to first. Stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Plainridge Park Casino. Adam and Wake. Preview prices start tomorrow in the Red Sox final game before the All-Star break.
You see Porcello going after his 11th win today. Not an easy. We talked about it before, how tough it is to win 20 games nowadays in the big leagues. But tell you what helps. They're getting him 7.6 runs a game. That's how you win 20 games.
Nick Franklin here. He struck out first time up. 1-0 Tampa Bay in the 4th. And he foul tips it into the mid of Sandy Leon. Porcello has put up 7 consecutive quality starts against Tampa Bay. On June 28th, he actually pitched one of his better games of the season at Tropicana Field. 6 2/3, 9 strikeouts. He allowed only 5 hits.
This Nick Franklin looks like he can't even sniff him. 2 fastballs right by him. I tell you, Porcello this year, whenever he gets in trouble, he gets out of it. That's what I've seen. He's been tough, makes pitches when he has to.
Very tenacious.
Totally. Never has a clean outing. There's always that one inning that they're almost going to ready to knock him out.
Runner goes. Pitch low. His Leon's throw. The tag. And he's out. They cut him down. Out number 3. You always got to wait on these bang plays to see if the manager on the other side wants to challenge, and Cash is thinking about it.
He tagged him on the back. Did his feet get in before he tagged him on the back or on the front side? It's hard to see where the umpire was, but they're not going to challenge it.
So it is out number 3. 1-0 Tampa Bay. best seats to the biggest games? Check out the official Red Sox ticket resale marketplace at RedSoxReplay.com. Best place for season ticket holders to sell their tickets when they can't make it to the game. 1-0 Tampa Bay, bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox trying to get something started here against Matt Moore, who has now pitched 15 2/3 scoreless innings consecutively against the Red Sox. 4-4 lifetime against Boston. Pedroia 0 for 1 with a fly to right. Bogart's next, and then David Ortiz. Taking all the way, and that's a strike. 2-1. Pedroia has reached base in 16 consecutive games, and he's hitting .318 over that span. Check swing. They appeal, and no swing, says the first base ump Nelson. 3 balls, 1 strike.
This 2-1 curveball he just throws right into the dirt, almost gets him to go at.
So a good count for Dustin Pedroia, who's hitting .303 with 8 home runs. The 3-1. Couldn't get it. 95 miles an hour to sneak past him.
Boy, big swing by Petey right there. Probably a fastball he's looking in on, and he gets it kind of away and lunges for it. Off balance swing.
Moore with a 3-2. High pop foul. That'll go out of play. You and I were talking about this the other day. You don't see many pitchers these days take a windup with the glove over their head.
Right, like Porcello.
And this guy does.
Right, so we have 2 guys on the mound today that do it, and there's not that many. Look around. We'll try to see who else does it, but I can't think anybody offhand.
Kind of a lost art these days. Everybody shortens it up. again. Again fouled in the air out of play as Pedroia hangs in.
Boy, challenged him the last 3 pitches. All fastballs. Cross seam fastball upstairs where Petey loves it right there. He had to pull his hands in a little bit.
Always had a good curveball going today. So has Rick Porcello. Bogart's next. Here comes the 3-2 once again. And he walks him. So the Red Sox have a leadoff man on. First walk of the day issued by the southpaw.
This is the time to make something happen right here. Not that Petey's going to run. But you got a number 3 hitter that can really handle a bat. Bogarts could really get to anything. You could put something on at some point, but then again, he's your number 3 hitter.
Bogart's doubled up 6-4-3 in the first inning. But he is 5 for 11 against Moore, so appears to see him pretty well.
Little curveball here.
Strike 1. Bogarts with 116 hits, which is 2nd in Major League Baseball. It's also top 10 all time by a Red Sox hitter before the All-Star break.
Decided to go fastball in again. See if he can clean it out of there.
Got a piece, but it's 0-2.
He was on it. Ball's up.
Ortiz next.
His fastball rides up and out of the strike zone. Can't get on top of it.
Oh, 2 on Xander Bogaerts. Pedroia with a short lead at first base. And crack foul. This greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. American League leaders entering today in 2 strike hits. Mike Trout with 51 of them. Red Sox have 3 men on that list in Bogaerts, Ortiz, and Betts. All headed, of course, to the All-Star game in San Diego.
Both good 2 strike hits, 2 out hits, too, this club has been good at.
1-0 Tampa Bay on a first inning home run by Miller. That's been all the scoring. There's a high deep drive into left field. That one may go deep, 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 and it is gone. Xander Bogaerts with number 10, and the Red Sox have the lead.
Got away with a fastball earlier in the count. He just a little too high, but he tries to come in on Bogey, and he will not let him. See, this fastball is a middle. He's trying to get that ball inside. He missed his target so bad, but watch him. He's took this ball. He knows it's gone. Hits it over everything. Number 10.
Red Sox on top 2-1. Speedway proud to be New England's first choice for value and convenience of every Sox home run this season. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. All summer long, you can get any size fountain or frozen drink for just 69 cents. 55 RBIs for Bogaerts as well.
Matt Moore, number 18, he's given up this year. That's a lot for him.
You're right. Bogaerts knew it when he made contact. 2-0, and now Casale will hand deliver the baseball as Moore's a little shaken up. A walk and a 2-run blast.
And you try to get a ball in, you better get it in.
Tonight on an encore presentation of Charlie Moore, Charlie heads to the Derby State, Kentucky, to team up with a local mayor who wants to show Charlie how the locals catch catfish. Charlie has other plans. That'll be in there for a called strike. 2-1 on Ortiz, who has 21 homers, 70 runs batted in. Moore with a 2-1. That skips away. According to Elias, Ortiz is the second oldest player to hit 20 or more home runs before the All-Star break. Raul Ibanez hit 24 for Seattle in 2013, right before he turned 41. The 3-1. He would not chase in ball 4. So Moore may be hitting a wall here. A walk, a home run, and another walk. NESN proud to support the Men's Warehouse National Suit Drive in July. When you make a donation of gently used professional clothing at any Men's Warehouse location, you help men and women look their best as they re-enter the workforce. Learn more at nationalsuitdrive.com. Jackie Bradley now base hit first time up. He's 1 for 1 after going 1 for 3 with an RBI last night. That's ball 1, and suddenly Matt Moore cannot find the strike zone,
especially with his fastball. He's missing badly. Cost him a 2-run bomb to Bogey already, but walk 2 guys doesn't look very good. You saw that graphic up there. He doesn't do very well third time around either.
Popped him up on the left side. Longoria there. Now darting a bit to his right as the wind took it somewhat. That is out number 1. And we'll send up Aaron Hill, who is 0 for 1 with a pop to short. So the Red Sox have the lead 2-1 on the shot by Bogaerts. Now Hill's another guy with very good power. Certainly has in his career shown good power. He hit 36 home runs in 09. Well, with Toronto, and he drove in 108 runs that year. Strike 1 to him.
A little change up right there. Then earlier this year, he hit 3 home runs in a game against Cincinnati. Did a lot of damage in one game.
Ortiz, the base runner, with 1 down, and the 0-1 from the lefty.
Back-to-back changeups.
Travis Shaw back in the lineup today at first base, as Hanley Ramirez is resting that aching shin of his after the contusion suffered last night. The 1-1. He skipped it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hanley in a lot of pain last night. It looks like he's going to be fine. Not a lot of hits in this one. Total of 6, each side with 3. Each side with a homer. That one ripped into left field for a base hit. Ortiz to second. Tell you what, Aaron Hill's making a lot of friends with this Red Sox team right away.
He finally got a fastball to hit, and when he hit it, that's what he did. Fastball is not straight as a string, right there, bullet to left field, and that's what's going to happen. If you can't get his off-speed stuff over, they're going to look for that.
So Shaw next. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. Travis hitting .273 with 9 home runs. Just .211 against lefties, .294 against right-handed pitching. But he has 2 on. Strike 1. And Matt Moore has rarely pitched on the road this season. This is just his 7th road start out of 18. And on the road, he's been hittable. 0-3 with a .643 earned run average. Tag foul. Shaw really got around and drove that one to canvas alley.
Like he messed up his catcher too. He must have been looking for a fastball. The reaction by Casale. Watch Casale behind the plate, looking away. Look at him jump. Looking for a fastball away, and he gets a breaking ball. Runners would have been on second and third if Shaw didn't swing at that.
There's a mess up like that. What's the conversation?
What do you know what's going on? Hello. The pitcher pretty much knows. You're almost like, I get it.
But I could absolutely hear you dropping that one on your catcher. Waved at and missed. A meager swing there by Shaw as he goes down. He strikes out, and they're 2 away.
This is where you want the breaking ball to Shaw all the way across the plate. Down, reaching, no chance.
So up to Bryce Brents to try and add on here. He's 0 for 1 with a tapper to third base. Red Sox ahead 2-1 in the 4th. Ortiz at second. Aaron Hill at first base. Bryce Brent swinging a good bat. .364 with a home run, 7 RBIs since his call up.
Yeah, he didn't mess around right there. Didn't want to leave that fastball again.
The 1-0. He drops into strike at 82. So back to the curveball to even the count on Bryce Brents. The inning started with a walk. More walking Dustin Pedroia. He was aboard when Bogaerts pummeled his 2-run homer. And the Red Sox are in front. Punch foul out of play by Bryce Brent. Sandy Leon would hit next. That's up to the number 8 hitter. Brent has hit safely in 7 of his 9 games since being called up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 on and 2 out. And 2 runs in. Try to hold up on a pitch in the dirt, and down he goes. Casali will have to gather and throw him out, and he does for the K. So the Red Sox settle for the 2. But on the shot by Xander Bogaerts, number 10, and the Red Sox lead it 2-1. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Rick Porcello and the Red Sox now with a 2-1 lead as we go to the 5th. Nick Franklin leading things off. Porcello struck him out in the 2nd. Arcia and Casali to follow. Red Sox in the lead thanks to Xander Bogaerts and a 2-run blast. Up and over the monster.
A little shutdown inning here for Porcello, something he had a lot of trouble with last year.
So far he's allowed only 3 hits. One of those a home run to Brad Miller. 2 batters into the game. The 2-0. That trims the corner according to Corey Blazer.
Thank you. See this ball down and away, a little sinker. He's just trying to throw a strike on the corner, kind of dips away, gets away with it.
That'll be a ball now, 3-1.
I can't believe they play him to pull, this little dude.
Franklin just 1 for 10 against Porcello with 5 strikeouts. Now 3-2. Bogaerts now backs up to a traditional shortstop position. Nobody within a half a mile of third base. Here comes the 3-2. Fouled away to hang in there.
It was a 3-2 changeup. Is that respect? What? You got to be kidding me.
Got to be feeling pretty good about his changeup.
Yeah,
too.
no kidding. For a strike.
His off-speed stuff has been particularly good today. Looking to put away Franklin again.
Down and in.
Rake toward the wall, racing back. Bryce Brents. He'll play it off the monster. Franklin wants second base. He's going to get it. He'll trot in with a double. He continues to wear out the Red Sox.
Man, this little guy has a little pop. You see the fastball. He knew he was going to get something out over, and he stings it. This little guy's got some pop. Hits the ball off the wall. You knew it was a double right away, just by the sound. Took too long to get to Jackie to have a play at second.
Franklin has 12 RBIs his last 10 games, and 7 of those have come against Boston. Here's Arcia now, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Started the day hitting just .226. Although he does swing hard. The leadoff man at second. Popped up, heading toward the screen and the stands, and up and over. Tomorrow at 12:30, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud. It's available at Men's Warehouse. Adam Pellerin and Tim Wakefield. We'll take a look back at the Red Sox first half of the season. Oh and 1 on Arcia, with Franklin at second. 2-1 Red Sox. That one skips in there. Curveball into the dirt.
Arcia loves that ball upstairs, and he can't get to it.
Baltimore still leading the Angels in the 4th inning, 1-0. The Tigers beat Toronto 3-2, so that ended the Blue Jays' 7-game winning streak. They had been the hottest club in the majors. The 1-1 rolled foul.
Porcello has a lot of ways to get you out. There's a lot going on. He likes the changeup. We saw him throw a changeup to Franklin, like we said, a 3-2 pitch. That was the changeup there. He's got that little two-seamer. He starts at your hip. He likes to throw that when he's got 2 strikes on a left-handed hitter. Got a good hook. High gas. He's been shaking a lot off the last couple of sequences.
He shook about 4 times right there. Here's the 1-2. He chased Arcia up and out of the zone, and down he goes. He helped him there.
What new? This is what Arcia does. I mean, he can't wait. He sees a fastball. He thinks he can get there, and that uppercut has got no chance. You got to hit his bat, and he likes the ball down.
So 1 away. Casale struck out his first time up as he gets in. Really struggling with the bat. Hitting about 100 his last 14-15 games. Trickles that one foul. I know this. We're going to see him against Price tomorrow.
Yes, you got that right.
He's had success against the Red Sox #1 pitcher for whatever reason. Sometimes that stuff doesn't make any sense, but he hits home runs off him.
I guess he just sees it. Porcello throwing him nothing but breaking balls last time up, this time up. Punched him out on a cutter 3-2 last time up.
0-1 coming. 0-2.
In, out, nicely done. Cutter away, fastball down and in. Little sink on it. Take your choice here.
Tying run at second base for Tampa Bay. Red Sox ahead 2-1 in the 5th. And the 0-2 sock foul out of play. And 2. Hey, this summer, pump up the fun with Irving Oil's $5 million giveaway. There are 3 ways to play. You could drive away with a Ford Escape, $5,000 in cash, but a grand prize of $100,000. Get your game ticket at Irving Oil today. Did you see the Mega Millions jackpot?
500 million?
1 person won it.
Wow.
1 ticket winner. 0-2. Bounced up there somewhere in the Midwest, I think it was.
They didn't make that much of a big deal at like they did the last time, right? Remember the last time was it closer to $1 billion? $1.2 billion, wasn't it?
I just didn't know. I never had that ticket. Neither do you.
I never go get any. My wife does. And I kind of always look at her funny, like, what are you doing?
Like throwing the money away? Is that what you're saying? What is it, $2? I like the return.
Yes. If it's your day, I guess it's your day.
Got that right. 1 out and a 1-2. Tried to check, looked like he went, and he did. First base umpire Nelson rings him up. Back-to-back strikeouts from Porcello and 2 gone.
I thought the pitch was a strike, but Caselli, he knew he went. He turned around and walked away. He didn't have to look at the umpire. Watch the pitch, though. Close inside to begin with, but he went.
A runner at second. Porcello trying to leave him there in the 5th inning. This guy's been a tough out for the Red Sox. Logan Forsythe, he's 0 for 2 today, but started the day .353 lifetime against Porcello, and he homered last night. Strike 1. Forsythe has actually hit safely in 8 consecutive games against the Red Sox. The right-hander with the 0-1. He's in front, 0-2 on Forsythe.
Well, I tell you, he's mixed it up so well today, and he spots it here and there, in and out. 2 fastballs in a row. He hadn't done that for a while. He's mixing everything up so much. 1 ball sunk, and that was like a cross-seamer that took off.
He's trying to strike out 3 in a row after the leadoff double. The 0-2. Liner on 1 hop. Oh, Bogaerts is up. He throws. He skips it. And he got him. That saved a run. Outstanding play by Xander Bogaerts. It knocked him down, but he got right back up. And the Red Sox are still in front 2-1.
Red Sox have a 2-1 lead. This weekend, the Red Sox wives and the Greater Boston Food Bank are hosting the 25th annual Strikeout Hunger event here at Fenway Park. For $10 cash donations, fans were able to take home a signed player photo. For every $1 the food bank that's donated to the food bank, they're able to provide 3 meals, and this event has raised nearly 1 million meals. And guys, fans can continue to donate throughout the game by texting SOX to 20222.
Karen, thank you very much. Quite worthy indeed. It's been very, very successful as we go to the last half of the 5th inning. And the Sox are on top 2-1. Sandy Leon will start it against Matt Moore. He started to run into difficulty last inning when he walked Dustin Pedroia. Xander Bogaerts torched him for a 2-run homer. He walked David Ortiz. He also allowed a base hit to Aaron Hill. A couple of strikeouts got him out of any further damage.
Had trouble commanding his fastball last inning. All it takes is one, and that was the one to Bogey that he lost.
The 1-1 to Leon. 1 ball and 2 strikes on deck. Mookie Betts and then Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox with a slew of injuries here over the last 72 or so hours. And a lot of moves made by Dave Dombrowski as that one is fouled away, including the acquisition of Brad Ziegler. who can step into the closer spot.
Yeah, you wonder how they'll do this now that Kimbrel's out for 3 to 6 weeks. Who's going to close? Will they take turns? Obviously, Koji can do it, but you got to be careful with him. It depends on how much work he's had. But that's about it. Nobody else has closed games out there. Tazawa got a chance to do it, remember, a couple years ago, and didn't take to it very well.
Yeah, it didn't go very well.
No.
Ziegler has done it as that one is down low. Supposed to be joining the club today, but not soon enough to be activated. So Noe Ramirez is here.
Kind of a different way to close games now if you think about after Gas Masterson, the way he does it, and then Ziegler.
Liner on one bounce, turns around Longoria, and the throw's off target. And so Leon will be safe at first base to begin the inning. That'll be a base hit.
You know, Longoria steps back to get a good hop right here. The ball's hit fairly sharp. He gets it, almost gets it in the face, turns around and makes a throw, but gently throws it way off target. Kind of in no man's land where he was. Kind of glad that he even got it, I think, but he threw it, didn't throw anything on it. I was going to say, boy, that would have been a nice play, back-to-back innings. We saw the play that Bogey made to end last inning. A shot right at him.
Ziegler, by the way, with 18 saves this season and 30 last year with Arizona.
Kind of hidden. Nobody really knows about him. Nobody knows about anything in Arizona. Nobody pays attention to Arizona. Do they? Seriously. Let alone L.A. and San Francisco. Arizona's like, what?
Yeah.
What time is it there? You don't even know.
I think here on the East Coast you have a point.
Yeah.
About that part of the country, baseball-wise. Mookie Betts 1 for 2 with a single and a fly to right. Tags that one to left center field. That's well hit. Souza back to the track at the wall. He'll drop it. Leon will head to third base and stop right there. And Mookie Betts is into second. Souza had it on the glove, but he dropped it.
I was going to be a really nice running catch there for Souza. He goes all the way to the wall. He's got to be thinking about that wall. Took his eye off the ball. Ball went right in his glove and dropped it. Look at this. Right in his glove. Dropped it. You got to have it. Would have been a nice play and everything, but you got to have it. I wonder what they're going to give this. This has got to be an error, doesn't it? Even though you ran a long ways for it, this has got to be an error. Who cares? They're second and third, nobody out.
That's an error for me. Sometimes you'll see that with hometown scoring ruled a double, but it is going to be an error. I think the right call there.
Absolutely.
So second and third, nobody out. Big break for the Red Sox and for Dustin Pedroia now. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. That one almost thrown to the backstop. Casale had to lunge for that.
This Tampa team finds ways to lose, don't they? 3-20 coming into this game. You're just like, what's going to happen today?
Red Sox ahead 2-1, and now an open door. Thanks to the miscue by the center fielder. Moore's 1-0. Bounced up there. Boy, Casale's really getting tested the last couple of innings.
And this is just a spiked curveball. Look how far in front of the plate that is. It's like 52 feet.
Now, Moore has been pitching well, but every once in a while you see areas where he still has a ways to go, still coming back from Tommy John. He's not all the way back yet.
No, he's not.
Red Sox trying to take advantage. The 2-0 to Pedroia. And that is high for ball 3. And a man who whacked a home run off him in the 4th inning is on deck, Xander Bogaerts.
You always see him moving his arm around. I was watching him warm up between innings, and he was always playing with his arm. You know, like it wasn't comfortable.
See if Pedroia is taking a pitch here on 3-0. He is, and it is now 3-1. Dustin does have a home run against Moore in his career. Second and third, a break for Boston. And the 3-1 pitch. Line drive into left field. That'll drop down for a base hit. Leon will score. Betts coming around. The throw home. He scores, and Pedroia's into second as the throw got by. Red Sox ahead 4-1.
Big hit by Pedroia right there. Takes advantage of the air by Souza off of Betts. Curveball he gets. He's seen a lot of fastballs, but he gets curveball. He goes down and scrapes this ball into the gap. Hits it hard with a little topspin on it. It's going to be hard to throw Mookie out. Throws offline up the line a little bit. Mookie scores easily. Pedroia goes to second.
It's a single and 2 RBIs, second on the throw. 37 RBIs for Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox making him pay for that miscue, and here's Xander Bogaerts again. He's hit into double play, and he's also belted a 2-run homer. His 10th. And Casale out for a chat. Right into the heart of the Red Sox lineup now. Nobody out. Xander Bogaerts showing off some of his all-star skills here today with the power and a really nice defensive play earlier. One and 0. Ortiz next. Mookie Betts scoring moments ago after reaching on the error by Souza on the drop. One and 1.
Boy, he takes that pitch right down the middle. Maybe that's the best part for him because he can handle everything else. He's not looking for this. I mean, right down the middle.
Xander has reached base safely in 20 consecutive games now. 2-1. And he likes Moore. He's 6 for 12 off him.
Moore's got to go to something here. Change up, curveball.
The 2-1 to Xander Bogaerts, and he left that one downstairs. So now another good hitter's count, 3-1 on a number 3 hitter. He walks him. That might get their bullpen going. He walked 2 last inning. Here's the 3-1. And he does walk him. So there are 2 aboard now for David Ortiz. That'll bring out Jim Hickey.
Here's one of the best pitching coaches in the business this year. He's got his work cut out for him. Had his work cut out for him to the point that this year. And what's he going to do with the rest of this season? This is awful what Tampa Bay's got going on for the rest of the year.
Matt Moore's pitching line is brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 4 earned runs. He's allowed 6 hits and now 3 walks. All of those coming in the last 2 frames.
I mean, this is going to be such a long season for them. I know they're in the middle of this horrific 3-for-3-20, but I see it getting worse.
Right now at 34 wins, 52 losses. They're already 15.5 out. And does not appear to be any way to stop the bleeding. David Ortiz now, he's flied out to center and he's taking ball 4. Facing a guy he likes to face. 348 lifetime with 3 home runs against Moore. He'll take a strike. Ortiz with 70 RBIs. That's the major league record for a player 40 or older by the All-Star break with those 70 RBIs. 1-1. Pedroia at second and Bogaerts at first and nobody out.
See if he challenges him 2-0. Doubt it. Changeup.
2-1. Ortiz blasting career home run number 524 last night. Actually pulled his hands in a little bit to hit that one.
He really did.
It was not a full extension, unlike the night before. The 2-1. Another good hitter's count. 3 balls and a strike on the DH. Jackie Bradley next. Red Sox trying to build a big inning here. Already ahead 4-1. (3-1) off the end of the bat, foul.
Pretty good spot for that fastball. He couldn't get to it. If he would have left that ball in, he would have crushed it. You see where this ball is, down and away, just couldn't reach it.
Here comes the 3-2, and now Ortiz asks for time, and he gets it from Corey Blazer. Sandy Leon started the inning with a base hit. Betts reached on the error on the drop ball in center. Dustin Pedroia scored 2 with a base hit. Bogart's taking ball 4. Still nobody out. Now the 3-2 to Big Papi. Cut on and missed. Down he goes, strike 3. That's the first down of the inning. Came at him with a fastball.
Yes, he did. After throwing that fastball away, he couldn't reach. That's a great spot for it. Opposite location, kind of running in on him. That's one of the ugliest swings you'll see from David.
Jackie Bradley now a single and a pop up to third. 1 for 2. Last night became the 3rd Red Sox player this season to drive in at least 55 and hit at least 10 home runs. No other major league team has 2 such players. As he looks at ball 1. .295, 14 home runs for Jackie Bradley. One out and the 1-0.
Had him out front of that changeup. See the changeup, little split finger, it looks like, right down the middle, but this off speed got him.
Well, no one throwing yet in the bullpen for Tampa Bay. The 1-1. A strike. Just on the edge.
Well, he came back and made some pitches to Ortiz. And then you see what he's done here to Bradley.
You're seeing glimpses of the guy who won 17 3 years ago before his arm injury. Here's the 1-2 to Bradley. And down he goes, right at him with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball to strike him out.
Just when you think you're going to knock this guy out of the box, he comes up with some good pitches, and then he beats him with the fastball again. Uppercut there by Jackie.
Dylan Floro is the right-hander loosening in their bullpen. That's their first activity out there today. Back-to-back Ks by Moore. Taking on Aaron Hill now, who has singled and popped to short. Runners still on at first and second. 2 runs in, Boston in front 4-1. Red Sox were hoping to turn this into a major inning against Moore, but he's fighting back here. Hill had 8 home runs with Milwaukee before the trade, and he flies that one into the shallow right center field. Souza there. Side retired. Red Sox will strand 2, and they'll get 2 after 5. 4-1 Boston.
Here's a shout out to all my people who made it.
Mookie Betts.
5 home runs in the last 2 days.
Stephen Wright.
3 straight complete games on the road.
David Ortiz.
What a closing act it's been.
Jackie Bradley Jr.
Has just extended his inning streak to 29 games.
Craig Kimbrell.
Gas Masterson.
And Xander Bogaerts are All-Stars. Congratulations to all the 2016 Red Sox All-Stars. Hey.
A 4-1 lead on the Tampa Bay Rays. Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket through 5, just 4 hits and 1 run, that on a home run by Brad Miller in the first inning. He hasn't walked anybody, which is nothing new for Porcello. Here's Miller again. The home run along with a pop-up makes him 1 for 2.
That's what's impressive to me about Porcello. You know, he'll go 3 and 2 or what have you, but he does not walk guys. And the strikeouts have gone up and up and up for him over the last couple of years.
Longoria on deck, flared foul to make it 0-2 on Miller.
You know, he doesn't throw 95. In fact, his ball moves more when he throws it 89. There's a game he threw a couple games ago. I think it was in Tampa where he was that 39 pitch inning, right? He got out of it, and then after that he only threw 8-10 pitches the next 2 innings, and his sinker was sinking better than it did the whole year.
Line into right field, but Mookie Betts backs up for the grab. 1 man gone in the 6th inning. Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Adam Pellerin. Adam, thanks very much. Beautiful day there at Camden Yards. We could take some of that.
Yeah.
Overcast and chilly. It's feeling like April here today, as it did yesterday.
Yeah, who's getting somebody out in Baltimore? It's been long and far in between a starter having any success for them the last week or 2.
Longoria 0 for 2 and a couple of flyouts. Looks at a strike on that changeup. That, along with a curveball, have really been featured pitches today for Porcello, who has not lost at Fenway this season. He's 7-0. And a base hit as Longoria stays hot. He had 4 hits last night. 1 for 3 here today. NESN.com is now in Las Vegas to deliver complete coverage of International Fight Week, including UFC 200 tonight. Go to NESN.com/UFC and follow NESN on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for complete coverage. Tampa Bay now with 5 hits, and one of those belongs to the man about to step in, Logan Morrison. He has singled and fly to center. Usually has a very tough time against right-handers, hitting just .224 against righties, .308 against lefties. Strike 1. There was not a lot of talk about Rick Porcello as an all-star candidate.
Not at all. I mean, he wasn't. I never heard his name brought up.
Nobody talked about it really, as it's chopped foul. After the fact, maybe you heard after the team was selected that, well, you know, Porcello's got 10 wins and he has a sub-4 ERA and he's had some very gutsy performances. But if he wins this game today, he goes to the All-Star break 11-2.
Right. So hooray for they don't give me credit for wins nowadays, right? ERA about 3.7.
Yeah, right now at 3.72. In progress here. Loop to center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit, a soft line drive, and Morrison with his second hit. That'll put him on at first and second for Souza. It's happening with one man out.
This ball right here is a sinker, but it's right in his eyes. Doesn't crush it all that much, but a little flare into center field. Does the work, though. Now Souza up here trying to atone from the error he made last inning.
And you're right about individual pitching victories. They don't have the same value as they used to. Frankly, back in the days when you pitched, everybody talked about, you know, 18, 19, 20 wins. That's nirvana for a pitcher. That means you're a great pitcher. Earned run average and, you know, hits and walks to innings pitched and things like that people look at now as far more valuable. It was a different kind of era. In there for a called strike.
But it still is kind of surprising he didn't get any attention.
I agree. Even if he didn't make the team.
What do you have to do? Lead the league in strikeouts? Kind of like have some sexy stat that you're #1 in or something?
Yeah. Well, one ground ball to the shortstop. Might be two. Bogarts to Pedroia. Got one. The Red Sox turn to double play. Something Porcello has always done well, getting that ground ball double play. Franchises are proud to give back to the communities in which they live and work. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a free Sox game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Today we welcome the HMEA Autism Resource Center to historic Fenway. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Red Sox ahead 4-1 over the Rays. Moore still out there and facing Shaw, Brents, and Leone. Bottom third of the Red Sox order. And among the 3 1 hits so far, Sandy Leone had that to start the rally in the fifth, where the Red Sox got a couple of runs. Although the big play was an error by the center fielder. 0-2 on Shaw. You still have Floro throwing in that bullpen. A blustery day here at Fenway. Temperatures in the 60s. 1-2. Travis with a fly out and a strikeout. He's hitting .272 with 9 home runs.
You wonder how much going forward that Travis Shaw will play against left-handed pitching with Aaron Hill now, once they figure out this lineup with how they're going to work this whole thing.
Off the edge. We've seen that a called strike today. And Shaw hitting .211 against lefties.
This fastball looks pretty good, but it's down and away, just misses. Catcher trying to pick it back up. Breaking ball here. No.
That's a fair ball, snagged by Morrison. He'll feed the pitcher, and he gets there in time. So 1 away for the Red Sox in the 6th. Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at Fenway at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. It's a first aid station located behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. Quiet one so far for Bryce Brents, who has grounded out to third and struck out. Red Sox ahead 4-1. Hits are even at 6. Both sides have made an error.
Bryce has gotten his opportunity to play. He really has taken advantage of it up to this point.
He's batting .353. And hit his first major league home run on the last road trip in Texas. Fouls that one away. He's made a full recovery from the accident a couple of years ago when he was cleaning his gun in spring training and accidentally shot himself through the leg.
Ugh. That's not going to happen to me. Never touched a gun in my life. It's not going to happen.
He continues to be an avid hunter. He may have someone else cleaning the gun. Little dribbler towards short, charging in. Longoria picks it off and throws on to get him. Made a fine play there.
Boy, you can see why Longoria has been a Golden Glove third baseman. Makes that play look easy. Look how far he goes for this ball. Kind of off balance a little bit, keeps his balance, makes it look easy.
Two down. Sandy Leon will climb in next. He has a single and he's popped a short on the day.
Every time I see Longoria, I feel bad for him. Stuck on this team, really. The face of the Rays is Longoria.
You make a good point. And you know, the last couple of years his performance has suffered a little bit.
It has to have something to do with playing here, not being surrounded by anybody.
He's the guy.
He is the guy.
I mean, most baseball fans would have a hard time naming another couple Tampa Bay Rays other than Longoria, wouldn't they?
Right. And this year the All-Star is Colomé, the closer for them, which to me Longoria is the All-Star here.
Well, he was one of the 5 in the fan balloting, final fan balloting, but was not picked. That went to Saunders. That was where Dustin Pedroia was in the running too, and he was not chosen.
But if you're going to pick one guy from the Rays, isn't it Longoria? I mean,
would be for me.
Yes.
Good 19 home runs. Bounding ball, but foul outside first.
How can that ball be foul? That's Sandy Leon.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, if he's hitting it.
That's got to be fair.
Hitting .440. Mookie Betts on deck. Red Sox ahead 4-1 in the 6th. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Garrett Austin from Fenway. And a 1-2 from the left-hander Moore. He's now up and over 100 pitches on the day.
Been a lot of grunting going on out there with Matt Moore all day. Even when he throws his curveball, he grunts.
Came in with a 5-5 record, an ERA around 4.5. Here comes the 2-2. And Luke fouled back out of play.
Throws his changeup so hard. 88 and you throw 93. That's not a very big gap.
David Price tomorrow against Jake Odorizzi, the right-hander, in the last game before the All-Star break.
Odorizzi, he'll throw some changeups.
He's 3-4 with a 4.33 ERA. Price 8-6 with a 4.64. Up the middle and through for another base hit. The second one of the day for Sandy Leon. He is 2 for 3.
And the beat goes on for Sandy Leon.
He had cooled off. He had dropped from 500 to 440.
He took an 0 for 4. That'll do it, huh?
Yeah.
Little ground ball back up the middle. Fastball. He works the count. Shortens his swing a little bit. Do what you got to do.
Back up to the top of the order now, Mookie Betts, who's 1 for 3. He reached on an error in the 5th inning on a drop by Souza, the center fielder, on the warning track, very close to the 379 mark.
That ball didn't carry very good either. Held up for Souza to drop it.
2 men out. And ball 1. Betts has now scored 74 runs. He is one of 3 Red Sox to have scored 73 or more by the All-Star break. Ted Williams did it 3 times. And Nomar Garciaparra did it in 03. Into the dirt on a curveball to make it 2-0. Mookie and his fellow All-Stars will be heading to San Diego after Sunday's game. JetBlue is sending a special jet to get the Red Sox to the West Coast. The Red Sox were ahead of the All-Star game.
Big hole to shoot for over there with this fastball.
A strike. 2-1.
They play him up the middle, but we've seen Mookie just slap the ball to right field anytime he wants. Batting average gets below 300, and then you try to hit the ball the other way.
24 hits to right. Where's 2-1. This one to the shortstop. Miller goes to Forsythe to retire the side. So nothing doing in this inning for the Red Sox through 6, 4-1 Boston. Quick timeless moment on this date in 1946. Ted Williams led the American League to a 12-0 win over the National League. He went 4 for 4, 2 homers, 5 RBIs, and scored 4 times. The game was played right here at Fenway and featured 7 Red Sox on the American League roster. Have yourself a game, Ted Williams. One of many.
He just never got a chance to play in too many World Series, right?
He did not, just one. Dickerson is doubled and he's lined out to left. He'll be followed by Franklin and then Arcia. There's that good changeup again that Porcello has really had working.
Well, I used to think he's just, sinker slider pitcher. He's not at all. He's got 5 pitches to get you out.
Dickerson with power, 13 home runs, Flair's a foul. Red Sox do have activity in the bullpen now for the first time today. Lane and Hembree, the lefty and righty, side by side. Porcello's pitch count in good shape though at 89. Trying to put away Dickerson here with a 1-2 pitch.
Cutter.
Right back to the hill and scooped up. The lob will get him for a fast out in the 7th. Andy Brickley and Sarah Davis will get you caught up on the NHL offseason and a brand new episode of Bruins Summer Face-Off Live airing this Wednesday night at 6 on NESN. Nick Franklin to climb in next. It's been a little while since Porcello has gone 7. Did that against Minnesota on the road on June 12th. And he's had 3 other starts of 7 innings so far this season. Ripped into right on the move. Betts a sinking liner and he hauls it in for the 2nd out.
That'll help to go a little bit farther in this game. 1 pitch, 1 out, a little change up.
Another strong performance by Rick Porcello, closing in on his 11th win of the season. Of course, the All-Star Stephen Wright has 10, which he will take with him to San Diego. Here's Arcia now. He's flied out and struck out 0 for 2. The Red Sox put on a shift for him. Strike 1.
Another change up. He's doing it, man. He's got it all working. Throw any pitch anytime. This is as good as Porcello has thrown in his whole career. I mean, I know he had a good year before he came here. That's why we got him for Cespedes. Had a 3.5 ERA, but lifetime he's always been over 4. Gives up more hits than innings. Not going to strike out the house, but he doesn't walk anybody.
1-1 hammered toward that shift. That's Hill and with a little bit of a bobble throws and got him. Made the recovery. That was just an 8-pitch inning. And he gets him 1-2-3. Middle of the 7th. 4-1 Boston. Now we're going to see if he's going to. No, he's not going to. He will decide not to challenge. So we'll take the break. 4-1 the Red Sox. Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. And by your New England Audi dealers. Red Sox 4, Tampa Bay 1, 7th inning. Red Sox coming up. They are now into the Tampa Bay bullpen, but Porcello likely done.
This is Porcello. I'll tell you what, punch outs, 5 of them. You see outside corner got a little wide there. Fastball down and in to Franklin, gets him swinging. Little cutter there to Casale. Fastball out of the zone to Arcia. And watch this ball sink. That ball sunk down and in once again. Casale, 5 punch outs, but no walks. That's as good a first half as any pitcher has had for the Red Sox this year. Overlooked first half.
On his way to an 11th win if the Red Sox should lock it up for him. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Kia. This is Dylan Floro. Made his major league debut on Thursday against the Angels. Pedroia grounds that one to the second baseman for 1 out here in the 7th inning. Red Sox leading it 4-1. And Bogaerts will come up next. So Porcello 7 innings, 1 run, 6 hits. And if he does get the win, he goes to 8-0 at Fenway Park this year.
I mean, that is something. You know, they talked about not getting any attention for the All-Star game. I know Stephen Wright has all along, not to take anything away from him. But he's been, I'll tell you what, just as special to this team. Without him, where would they be? Talk about 9 games over 500 right there. The big 3, that's the 1, 2, 3 with Price, Wright, and Porcello. Pretty good numbers.
Bogaerts knocks that one foul. He's hit into a double play, belted a 2-run homer, taking ball 4 on the afternoon. And now moving toward evening under cloudy skies at Fenway, but a 4-1 Red Sox advantage. Ortiz on deck, and a comebacker bobbled a bit, but he'll throw on to get him. And there are 2 down. Ortiz next. David 0 for 2 with a walk thus far. Sox got 2 runs in the 4th, 2 more in the 5th inning. Tampa Bay with a helping hand on a key error by the center fielder. And Dustin Pedroia took advantage of that in a big way and ripped a 2-run single. Ortiz hitting .333 with 21 homers and 70 RBIs. And still another full game tomorrow before the All-Star break.
Some funny swings by Ortiz today. Last time up, got punched out on a fastball that ate him up inside.
1-1. Jeff Nelson asking for time there as a beach ball got loose. And the 1-1 to David Ortiz. Flared foul on a play. Tuesday, July 26th is Build a Poppy night at Fenway. The first 15,000 fans in attendance receive a Build a Poppy kit courtesy of Coca-Cola that will turn fans into their favorite designed hitter. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/promos. And fouled away.
Build a Poppy kit.
That's what it is.
Okay. I've heard of Build-A-Bear, you know, one of those. We'll find out.
I'm not sure what that is. I haven't seen it yet, so don't ask me any details.
We don't know what that pet rock is either, do we?
The pet Brock. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty sure I know what that is. I think you pour water on that thing.
Right.
Flick foul out of play.
I mean, it grows hair like one of those.
I think so.
Okay.
Like, you know, Brock's a guy with a lot of different hairstyles, so I think that's what that is.
But he cut all his moss off. He had it working last year, didn't he?
Cut his moss off.
Look at different guy. Matt Damon.
1-2. Here's Longoria to gobble it up, and from behind the bag will get him, and the Red Sox go in order after 7, 4-1 Boston. Which event are you most looking forward to during the All-Star break? Is it the game itself or home run derby? And let's give you your answers here. And just by a little bit, the All-Star game is favored over the derby.
That's how I feel about the whole thing.
And your public has heard you, Eck. 51 to 49%. Well, Matt Barnes out of the bullpen, taking over for Rick Porcello, who went 7, and he can win it and go to 11-2 on the year. Red Sox leading 4-1.
Barnes looked good last night, didn't he? Punched out the side. Showed that 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
It was his 5th hold of the year, a scoreless 8th inning against Tampa Bay. 1 ball, 1 strike on Casale.
You know, here's Barnes last night showing off this big league hair he's got. Look at this. See ya. 98. Check this little hook for you. No chance by Franklin. And then don't conjure, please.
1-1 and a high fly ball into left center field. Bryce Brent's right underneath that in the gap. And Casale is 0 for 3. Tomorrow at 6 in an all-new Ultimate Red Sox show presented by AAA. We look back at the Red Sox All-Star selections. Dave Dombrowski will discuss the starting rotation and bring you the top plays from the first half of the season. Red Sox leading this one in the 8th inning by 3. And trying to win the first 2 here against the Rays. And if they do lock up the win here, that's going to be 3 consecutive series wins for the Red Sox.
That's exactly what they needed to do after losing that series in Tampa. You know, you looked at the schedule and you said, listen, you got to beat the Angels and you've got to beat Tampa Bay.
Also beat Texas.
But they beat Texas too, but you don't think you're going to do that. Not sure. But
well, you got them at home.
Right, true.
So you figure you have an advantage there.
Well, you caught Texas at the right time.
I think you're right.
Starting pitching was brutal.
Now, if the Red Sox win this one, they will also be 6-2 on this homestand. There was a lot of talk about the value of this homestand going up against the All-Star break, especially with these injuries piling up.
Yeah, and then luckily they come with 4 days off. I mean, it could come at a better time. You're going to have them.
Forsythe with a routine ground ball vacuumed up by Bogarts. 2 up and 2 down.
I'll tell you what, Matt Barnes has done a nice job. I said it last night for this club. You go back to some of the where he did do bad. His two games stand out to me. The home run he gave up to his buddy Springer, might have been a grand slam.
The Houston game,
right? And then there's a walk-off piece in Minnesota to that young kid, that left-handed batter. And that's about it, really.
Yeah, there have been a couple of damaging home runs, but he's bounced back very well.
Yes,
from
he
those.
has. I give him credit for that.
Trying to make it a 1-2-3 8th inning. Here's Brad Miller. He's accounted for their only run with a home run in the 1st inning. The wind was really blowing at that point. He's also popped up and lined out to right. I think you're right about maybe the rest of baseball undervaluing what Porcello has done to this point. Coming into today with a 10-2 record and perfect at Fenway Park, and continuing the trend of winning games and winning here in Boston. 7 strong innings today, 1 run.
He's not in a conversation about one of the top pitchers in the American League. I mean, what do you got to do? You see the ERAs. Even Chris Sale's ERA has gone up to, he gave up 8 runs yesterday. I know he's 14-3.
Rick Porcello is like a 3.5 ERA in the American League East. You'll take that any day of the week.
Right, absolutely.
Getting it done again today for the Red Sox, and now in the hands of the bullpen with a 4-1 lead in the 8th inning. And the 1-2 pitch from the right-hander Barnes. Foul back.
A lot of times they talk about who's going to make the All-Star team 2 weeks before the All-Star game. I mean, there's a lot of baseball that needs to be played still. I got 3 more starts. Timeout. You guys have already decided who made the All-Star team. What if I throw 3 no-hitters the last 3 starts? Wait for me.
Wait for me to throw the 3 no-nos.
Wait for me.
Hey, I'm over here with my 3 no-hitters.
You don't know they're coming, but don't forget me.
1-2 down into the dirt. Now they've gone to the 7th inning in Baltimore. The Angels have a 2-1 lead on the Orioles. We mentioned the Tigers already beat Toronto today 3-2. So Sox may have a chance to gain ground on the two teams in front of them in this tight race.
About a 3-way tie at the All-Star break.
2-2 to Miller. Spoiled that one out of play. 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, he'll feature 98 just all the time. No big deal. He hasn't been doing this relieving thing for all that long either. Some more gas.
Looking for his first strikeout of the day. The 2-2. Popped him up. Foul off third. Playable. There's Hill. And he's got it. 1-2-3 they go. 4-1 Red Sox. Presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. Craig Kimbrell shares what he's thinking about on his run out to the mound. 10-time All-Star David Ortiz reveals his childhood inspiration. Catches Sunday at noontime. Jackie Bradley to start the 8th inning against Floro by fouling that one away. He's gone 1 for 3 today. Aaron Hill and Travis Shaw will follow him. The Red Sox have a 4-1 lead here on Tampa Bay. And Koji getting ready in the bullpen. He's taking over that closer spot with Kimbrell now on the disabled list with a torn meniscus. Out 3 to 6. 3 to 6 weeks.
Jackie coming up here hacking, man. First two things he sees, he's hacking.
0-2 fouled away. Matt Moore went the first 6 innings as the starter today for Tampa Bay. He allowed 4 runs on 7 hits. Xander Bogaerts got him for a 2-run homer in the 4th inning.
That air in center field was huge.
A slicer toward the gap. Souza can't get it. It's past him. Out of the track. It sticks up against the fence, and Jackie will be content with a double. His second hit today. He's 2 for 4.
Boy, he's swinging it, man. He swung at the first 3 pitches. Then he gets a changeup. Watch this little 3-finger turn me over, leaves it out over. He stings this ball. A little slice on it when he hits it out there. Souza has no chance to get this ball, and easy double for Jackie.
His 22nd. Red Sox on a pace to wind up with 400 doubles, which has never been done in Major League history. Aaron Hill now, he's gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. 3 for 7 with the Red Sox since the trade, bringing him from Milwaukee to Boston. And he looks at a strike. He also has a 5-game hitting streak. He's 9 for 20 during that. Red Sox up 4-1 in the 8th inning. Trying to add on here as he looks at a ball. Travis Shaw on deck. And Floro just recently made his major league debut. Swing and a miss there as he could not contain himself on the slider. He'll have some excellent seasons with the Toronto Blue Jays and a long career with the Jays. He was there from 2005 through 2011. Won a couple of Silver Sluggers. Cut on and missed. Down he goes, strike 3.
Nasty sinker right there. You know, earlier in this game, I was watching the outfielders. You see Souza there in center field. He's got this card, they all do, telling them where to go on certain hitters. You've seen that a lot. You saw it with the Dodgers. They got caught with that or something, like it was against the rules or not, and it's not.
The Dodgers got caught using lasers.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
But Souza's got his own little card there telling him to play all the hitters. I mean, he's not a center fielder. Normally he's in right or left. Kiermaier is their center fielder. He's hurt, but I saw Arcia doing the same thing in right field. So
Travis Shaw will be intentionally walked here, but runners at first and second.
I don't think any of our outfielders have cards out there, do they? I mean, I've never seen anybody.
Jackie Bradley has a GPS all his own, I think. I mean, it's wherever.
But this isn't the only team that does that. I think there's guys that do it all over the league, especially with the way they shift. They're doing something every hitter. And
a little bit of a cheat sheet there.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers were using lasers.
Is that what it was?
To align their outfielders. And
you think there's anything wrong with that?
Well, you got to ask permission for the other team if the other team will allow it, and other teams have been turning them down.
Oh, really?
There was a big controversy about that for a while.
That.
So runners will be on at first and second for Bryce Brents. Red Sox trying to put this one out of reach here in the 8th inning. They lead it 4-1. Bryce has grounded a third twice. He's also struck out. 4 runs on 8 hits for Boston. 1 run on 6 hits for Tampa Bay. Only 1 away. Right through there for strike 1 on Bryce Brents. He's had a good homestand. He's driven in 4 runs. Red Sox are 5-2 on this homestand. He rolls that one foul. It came back up to strike him. And it's 0-2. Sandy Leon has 2 more hits today. He waits on deck. Although it's not been a big offensive game. Just 14 combined hits. One and 2. .135 tomorrow. David Price against Jake Odorizzi. And then the All-Star break. And a 1-2 from Floro. Punch to the right side. And a bobble there. Throw to first. And in time to get Bryce Brents. The runners will move up to second and third. Forsythe was thinking about second base. And Farrell is thinking about a challenge.
This is close right here. What do you think? Oh, did that ball get in the glove?
And the Red Sox do want a challenge.
Wow, that's tough. That is close.
In the first angle we saw, it looked like he had gotten there. That foot on the bag there. Ball certainly in the glove, though.
Right. It disappears in the glove, but that foot's on the bag. That's close. That's like tie. I mean, is there such a thing? Obviously, everybody here thinks they're safe.
Play under review. Bryce Brent's ruled out at first base after the bobble by Forsythe.
You know, you don't see it disappear into the glove because we're looking dead into the glove. When they consider it the back of the glove, when it hits the back of the glove.
You think they'll overturn that?
I think they might overturn that.
Let's see. They have an answer from New York. He's out.
Wow.
So the play will go 4-3 and 2 down.
I guess once it gets in the glove, you're done.
I thought it was inside the glove.
Did you?
And I thought he had secured it in the pocket. But oh so close.
That would have been another error right there for them. First one cost them.
Brings up Sandy Leon with runners at second and third. Bradley at third and Shaw down to second base. Red Sox leading 4-1 here in the last half of the 8th inning. If you missed the news earlier today, Craig Kimbrell has gone on the disabled list because of a torn meniscus. And that means that Koji is going to close, at least for the moment. Brad Ziegler has been acquired in a trade by Dave Dombrowski, a trade that was in the works before Kimbrell was injured. And he has very serious closing experience. As a submariner, he would be available tomorrow, but not today. He has made his way here to Boston from Arizona.
Yeah, not your typical closer. A guy gives up a lot of ground balls.
When you say a lot of ground balls, I mean a lot of ground balls.
A lot of ground balls.
And has led the world in double plays. 2-1 on Leon, who has singled twice and popped to short.
I think everybody likes guys that punch guys out at the end of the game. You don't want any ball put in play.
The base hit could mean 2. Will certainly mean 1. Off the end of the bat, foul.
You think about this homestand, some of the gifts that the Red Sox have gotten. That game by Texas, making 3 errors in that 1 inning, kind of gave them that game. The error in this game is costly. If you think about it, 2 runs, it would be a 2-1 game right now. Think about the Angels on the ball that Nava hit off of Kimbrell that went into the stands. They could have called that.
Should have called that.
Should have called that. And you think about they won that game. That would have been a tie game.
Sure. Absolutely.
That's 3 games right there.
Red Sox were very fortunate on that call. On this homestand, a 2-2. Cut on and miss. Stand strike 3. 2 men left. Koji coming on. 4-1 Red Sox as we go to the 9th. trade presented by Stanley.
Well, this is all that Bogey has done today. The 2-run home run that he knows is gone off of Matt Moore to make it a 2-1 game. And then you see, look at this play. Knocks him down, gets up, throws a one-hopper across the field to Shaw. Two great plays. One a 2-run bomb and a great defensive play.
Stanley is the official tool of the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox ahead 4-1 to the 9th we go. Here's our Xfinity game summary. Moore wins 6. He's in line to take the loss. Porcello wins 7. He can go to 11-2 with the win. And Longoria, who blasted a home run against Koji last night, is the first man to face him here in the 9th.
And he features I thought that was a slider.
And Longoria 1 for 3 in this one after 4 hits last night. Here's the 0-1. And a line drive softly hit into left field for a single. And his second hit today.
You know, talk about back-to-back splitters. The first pitch was not a slider, it was a splitter. Look at this thing, it's just flat. Stays right there, and he hooks this ball. Licks his chops on that. That's his swing. He can wear out that left field line. Luckily, he got a 3-run lead here.
Here's Logan Morrison with a couple of hits. He has 2 singles, 2 for 3.
Well, he hit a ball to the track last night to end the game.
Yeah, that was to center field. Jackie Bradley hauled it in for the final out. That's going to miss for ball 1. Red Sox with a 3-run lead, trying to take the first 2 games of this series with the Rays.
Day game after night game. I know it's not a 1 o'clock game, but not good for Koji.
The 1-0. Little dribbler. Bogarts to second. Gets the lead man. Longoria is out. 1 away. As Morrison becomes the runner at first. Right off the end of the bat. A little cue shot. 1 away. And Souza will be next. Souza's the man who dropped the fly ball in center field that Mookie Betts hit back in the 5th inning. At the time, the Red Sox had a 2-1 lead. It was a ball that should have been caught. He dropped it on the warning track. That put 2 men on base and allowed Pedroia to come up, and he stung a 2-run single. So it turned out to be a huge play in this one. At the plate, he's 0 for 3. Last time up, he hit into a 6-4-3 double play. If he does it again, this game is over. And Koji with a 1-0 pitch. He was way out in front on that one.
Once again, that ball didn't dip very much, but he took enough off of it. See, that ball stays right there. And he's way out in front. That's frightening, that pitch.
Morrison at first, and 1 out. 1-2. With that fastball at 87 miles an hour.
He's trying to set it up, you know, fastball then split, fastball then split. Not a very good split today. What do you got here? Split. There you go.
The 1-2 to Souza. 2-2. Tampa Bay got the first run of the ball game when Miller homered 2 batters in. But Porcello gave them nothing else the rest of the way. He went 7 strong innings. And they have not scored since that first. 4-1 Boston.
Another one.
2-2 left it low and a full count on Souza.
Well, you sure don't want to have the tying run at the plate. See, he's not swinging at this. That's 2 in a row and he throws them down and away. This one's not as bad as the one before. See if he goes back to the fastball. Yes.
3-2 pitch. popped up but foul. That'll make the seats.
That ball was all in his kitchen.
First half comes to an end tomorrow afternoon at 1:35 here on NESN. David Price against Jake Odorizzi.
You just can't walk him. You got to throw a strike here. Fastball.
Once again, the 3-2 to Souza. And again, he gets a piece of it. Logan Morrison at first base.
Well, I'd be nervous right now if this was a 2-run lead.
The Red Sox, it certainly got nerve-wracking last night.
Better hope he swings.
3-2, chopper foul. The Orioles have tied up the Angels in the bottom of the 7th, 2-2 in Camden Yards. Toronto lost today 3-2 to Detroit. And the Red Sox leading here in the 9th 4-1.
They throw over there for fun. What do you got? Back to the fastball.
Once again, the payoff pitch, and in there, he got him. He struck him out.
Wow.
Corey Blazer has had a wide strike zone all day.
That's a ball.
And that time, Koji got the call. That looked outside, but Koji Uehara picks up the second out.
How about this gift? Up and away. Not even close. Thank you. Boy, they're going to make this game. Made a game out of this if he calls that a ball. What a gift.
Should have been ball 4. Red Sox have had a couple of breaks today. No question about that. When you go back to that drop in center, here's Dickerson now. And he will take ball 1. He has double, line to left, and grounded back to the pitcher. Red Sox with a 3-run lead.
Boy, there would have been drama right there. 2 on with this Dickerson, who can bail and wail with the best of them.
13 home runs. Fouled away. Came at him with a fastball. 1-1 to count. Four runs on 8 hits for the Red Sox. 1 run on 7 hits for Tampa Bay. Big one today, a 2-run homer from Xander Bogaerts in the 4th inning. Koji's 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
He's trying to throw that ball high and away, and he yanks it inside.
Rick Porcello in line for the win. 7 innings. 6 hits, 1 run. He can be 11-2 going to the All-Star break. Two and 1 to Dickerson. All even now, and he's 1 strike away. Two down.
Can't hurt you with that split right now. You might as well throw it.
Cut on and missed. He got him. Leon has to throw to get him, and that's the ball game. The Red Sox win it by a final score of 4-1. Red Sox